Identity, whose side are you on? Today we're talking Civil War, and we ain't no Ulysses S. Grant. We're talking Tony, middle name Stark, and Steve, middle name Rogers. I'm your host, Troy L. Bond, joined by my Steve Rogers, Brent Birnbaum.
Brent J. Birnbaum.
Brent J. Birnbaum. Really?
Yeah.
What's your middle name?
Joseph.
Joseph.
Yeah.
Mine's Lameric.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's not even a real name. My grandmother, I'm named after my dad, and my grandmother was in the shower in the 70s when they were filling out the birth certificate. And she was like, name the baby Tracy Lamont Bond. And they somehow got Troy Lameric Bond.
I love that, actually.
They couldn't hear in the shower.
They couldn't hear in the shower, yeah, so it echoed. And that's our Maria Hill.
Maria Hill.
Ann Harrison.
Yeah.
You just said BJ, actually. That's what all my college friends call me.
Really?
BJ.
Yeah, because I go down on a lot of...
BJ.
Because I like go down on like a lot of people.
She's like, swear to God, I need some grease.
Yeah, it's not gay if you try not to enjoy it.
You'll have no problem enjoying today's book, Civil War. We talked about this last week on last week's episode, but like I remember reading this episode, and Slater was reading it, and until Peter Unmasks, I kept coming up to her. I was like, "Did he do it? Did Peter do it?" And she was like, "I don't think so." And I was like, "You would know." And then she's like, "He did it!" And I was like, "He did it! He did the thing." You said that this was one of the best Spider-Man arcs. Couldn't agree more.
One of the best Spider-Man arcs and one of the best just crossover events for Marvel. Because, I feel like we've talked about this before. We were reading this as it was coming out. I was reading it at where?
No, not Barnes & Noble's. Borders.
There we go.
Oh, shit. How did I miss that one?
Borders.
I was like,
Doctors
Barnes &
Noble.
Noble.
Barnes & Nobles.
Darn it.
Borders and Friends. He gives no ass at titties.
21. Celino and Barnes.
But this is like way easier to digest than Secret Wars, and people give me shit all the time for
so
saying
much
that's
better too.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's better than both, but at least the 2015 one is good. But this is before that one even came out, so I was just like,
this is before Iron Man's even like a big character.
This is like it makes so much sense that they would adapt this in the MCU.
Yeah.
Because this is like the premier Cap Iron Man arc.
What was it about Civil War that stands out to you that you love so much? Because so many people, when we announced we were going to do it, they were like, "Oh, I need this shot in my veins." I forgot how many people loved it because the MCU adaptation sort of split the fan base into two with how they were going to. People either loved it or hated it.
Right.
And in this, it was the Superhuman Registration Act. In the movie, it was the Sokovia Accords.
Right. I think in the movie, the people that hated it probably hated it because it wasn't like the book, and the people that loved it because it was good.
Right.
Like, it's like, at the end of the day, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie.
For the people that hated it, you're wrong. It's a great movie.
And that's our subjective Brent Birnbaum piece. If you hated it, you're wrong.
Oh, that's another Brent fact.
Ka-ching. Brent fact, you're wrong.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Your opinion just happens to be stupid.
Wrong and stupid. What would your opinion of this book be?
My opinion, this book is amazing, and what I think what makes the book great is, and they couldn't adapt this for the movie because they didn't have access to all the characters. But they really bring in everyone in Marvel here.
I was just going to say, that budget would have went way over.
Chris Evans wouldn't have even been on screen.
He would have been playing, he would have been playing two characters.
He would have been playing, John.
He'd be like, all right, change back.
His disguise for this would have just been his Scott Pilgrim wearing his Johnny
With 10 stunt doubles.
Yeah.
Everybody dress, every other one, Captain America, and then...
That is the best part
for the Oscar this year.
It kind of makes me sad, like, reading this book, because I was like, oh man, I'm never going to see, like, Tony Stark interact with Reed Richards on the big screen, or see Logan interact with any Fantastic Four. Like, Fantastic Four is not really a big deal, but it is a big deal once it gets to be... And now I guess everything is owned by Disney and MCU, so maybe there's a higher chance, and that's what they're gonna push Secret Wars to be a lot like this, I think.
Yeah,
like the Secret Wars movie is gonna be a lot like the Civil War book in the conglomerate sense. Yes, that was my 2 cents. I had to add to yours.
No, I think it's 110% correct. Like, I mean, I think that's what makes this so good, and that's what we've been clamoring for as fans, to see everyone together.
Yeah. And who is everyone when we're talking this book?
Captain America, Steve Rogers, leader of the anti-registration side, fighting for rights and freedoms of superheroes. Iron Man, Tony Stark.
Loser.
Narc.
Fucking nerd.
That A is for America's ass.
That is America's ass.
I kept switching sides too, so this is interesting.
I was that way. When I was first reading this, I was just like, obviously Tony's right. And then he starts enlisting villains, and I'm like,
yeah,
I guess he's not right. And he starts murdering people. I'm like, I guess Cap is right by default.
Issue 4 or 5 is when one of them is like equal sides, wins and losses for both, and it really makes you have to give up your ambiguity and pick a side as a reader and as a. Once Tony starts enlisting villains, it's over. Like when the Punisher's on your side.
Yeah, even they were like, what the hell are we doing, guys? Let's just run it back. Like, this does not make any sense.
So Tony's leading the pro-registration, Cap is leading anti, and who do we have mixed in with that?
So the three main characters of this, I'd say, are Cap, Tony, and Spidey. So Spidey's initially on the side with Iron Man. He publicly reveals his identity, but he later switches to Cap's side.
How upsetting is that?
It's so
it's great.
epic.
But could you imagine you just like unveiled it and they're like, actually, I'm gonna totally do the opposite now.
And he gets fucked more than anyone in the Fallout, other than
in the open.
Is we're
getting way too.
I don't know what we're talking about. We're not going to
shut
talk
up,
about
Brett.
it. That was the whole
Stop
reason
talking about the characters.
We
want to talk about
everything. Spider-Man.
We got Hank Pym.
Oh, and he is pro?
He's pro. He's the key scientist and superhero on the pro-registration side, developing technology for Iron Man's forces. Then we get the Punisher, Frank Castle, and we know who the Punisher is. He's an anti-hero, sides with Cap, but he's very brutal in his methods, and he kind of clashes with Cap's ideals.
Yes.
Then we have Daredevil, and this is an interesting one. This is not Matt Murdock. It's actually Danny Rand.
I didn't know that.
Basically prior to this, it was like leaked again because Matt Murdock is terrible at keeping his secret identity.
He's like, what? Who? Me? Matt Murdock? MATTHEW space.
So like everyone finds out he's Daredevil, so he asks Danny, he's like, hey, can you go out in disguise as Daredevil so I can alleviate suspicion? And so he's just Matt Murdock, Danny is Daredevil, and no one cares where Iron Fist is because
all it does he's just racking up parking tickets.
And Danny's like, isn't anyone gonna wonder where Iron Fist is? And Matt's like, nah, don't worry about that.
We know exactly
where Iron Fist lies in the cause. No. There's even a Daredevil's Deadpool. When they start registering, he becomes he goes and works for the government, and like his audition is like he goes after the Great Lakes Avengers, and he goes after like Squirrel Girl and Big Bertha and all them because he takes them all out, and he's like, I did it because I wanted to help the government register for people, and they're like, they all registered this morning, Wade, and he's like, never mind, do I got the job? Give me a badge.
They're already at the polls.
They're the best, and whatever side they pick, and I think that's why Spidey has the best arc because he's superfluous in his positioning and is the most identified you can be as a reader, being like, I was both, but he ends up being on the right side of history. Like I always said, Cap was right because in both the movie or in the book, because in Endgame he wields the Mjolnir. He's worthy. Tony couldn't do that. No. Tony would never be able to pick up. That tells me right there, yep, Cap was right all along.
Totally.
Were there any other key characters I was missing? Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Luke Cage,
yellow tight silk shirt, anti.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't even care that Danny Rand is Daredevil. He's just like,
I didn't even know he was, and there's so many parts. Like that's the only person who cares about him. Not once does he go, hey, this is crazy, isn't it, Danny?
Yeah. He's like calling him Matt, I think. He's just, I'm Danny! You're my best friend! Because really, my best friend is Jessica.
It's Jessica Jones, Matt. I'm Danny!
Hercules, who's a powerful ally of Cap. Falcon, who's obviously an ally of Cap. And then the Fantastic Four. They're really interesting because their group is really torn apart by the conflict. You've got Ben, who's pretty much neutral throughout it. Like,
he doesn't really say any lines, but he's very remorseful. And
he is.
Every panel he's drawn, he looks like the weight of the decisions being made are on his shoulders.
Well, it was taking place during Yom Kippur, so he was fasting.
He was fasting. Doctor Strange was fasting.
I'm fucking hungry.
That's the thing that's facing me right now. I don't know about you guys. But it's slobbering time.
I told you, I don't register for the Superhuman Act on Yom Kippur. I'm like Sandy Koufax.
I can't register on an empty stomach.
Well done.
Thank you. I got a Jewish friend.
Just one?
Reed, who's obviously always chooses the wrong side, so chooses Team Iron Man.
Dude, Reed, every decision Reed makes is the bad
Reed is
one.
like, I know, I'll pick the wrong one.
Yeah.
Reed is like the guy who goes to the gym after a breabreakup and like doesn't get any bigger. You know, he's just like it's like he's like scrolling
why?
on Andrew Tate videos.
Why am I not getting jacked on this
It's
elliptical?
leg day today.
I'm straight.
I'm
He's like,
skipping
swear to God, I
leg
love
day.
this guy all the time, making his ass.
I saw you from the top, and I was like, I wasn't that into you. And then I saw your legs, and I was like, you can sit on my face.
Let's
Like
get
a
physical.
I wish I was Jane Fonda.
I'm Jane Fonda. You. Where's Jim Fonda? Henry Fonda.
No.
I'm never Peter Fonda, Henry Fonda kind of guy myself.
You like Tybo.
Where's Tyler Bow? I'll tie him up right now. Get a piece of my bow right in the mouth. She's like, swear to God, $20 a month. Planet Fitness. This is the greatest thing ever.
Did you ever watch
$5
those? You ever
down.
watch those SNL sketches with John Lovitz as Harvey Firestein? Like, and he's interviewing people, and he's always asking like celebrities. Like, he goes, "If you were gay, would you be into me?" And he asks Travolta, and it's like Dana Carvey as Travolta, and he's like, "Yeah, you know, I think I'd be into you."
Get out of here, you idiot!
And then he has Dana Carvey on another episode as Jimmy Stewart. And Dana Carvey's like, you know, I don't think I would be. And he's like, why not? He goes, I like a guy with nice hair, like Glenn Ford. So then we have Sue Storm. So she's initially supporting registration, but realizes every decision Reed makes is usually wrong, so sides with anti-registration.
Opposite Occam's razor.
Opposite Occam's razor.
Reed Richards is on your side, you're wrong. And that's obvious that you're wrong. Why don't you break it down for us, friends?
Yeah, I mean, like, we got
Break
X-Men,
it
they're
down.
neutral.
Yeah, X-Men say no.
Yeah, Shield is team registration. Maria Hill is the acting director of Shield because Fury's underground, and then we have the Thunderbolts that are Team Iron Man, which was a bad idea.
Maybe not, but a good idea to enlist bad guys into your good guy plan. That may have been as Billie Eilish would say, a bad guy idea. So now we're on issues. We're breaking it down issue by issue. Right?
Issue
Any
by
other
issue.
characters? And Thunderbolts they're like ever changing like Avengers. That's their roster, right?
Yeah.
This time around they're just villains.
The original Thunderbolts story was very cool because they debuted as almost like a new hero team, and Marvel didn't tell any of the like us as readers like who they were. So we're like, oh, this is just like this new hero team, and then like their leader takes off the mask and it's Zemo, and you realize they've been villains the whole time, and they were just trying to get like in with the heroes to like take down the government from the inside.
So he took off his mask, and was he still wearing a mask? Because it was Zemo, and he took off his mask.
Let's take off the mask, and it's still
It's
another
still a
mask.
mask. I have no idea who this is.
Nice.
That's the big reveal. What? I don't know. Wait till the next issue. We gotta draw and figure out who it is. True believers.
It's a guy who
Guy in
goes
the
skiing.
purple mask.
Yeah. The story begins with a tragic incident in Stamford, Connecticut, when the New Warriors, while filming a reality TV show, confront a group of supervillains.
Super who?
Supervillains, sorry.
They're encountering a group of supervillains.
The villains!
They are-
Excuse me! Supervillains! Why make billions when we can make supervillains? The catastrophe prompts the U.S. government to introduce the Superhuman Registration Act, requiring all superheroes to register with the government, revealing their identities, and work under official regulation. The superhero community is divided over the issue, with Iron Man, who's confronted at the funeral, leading the pro-registration side, while Captain America becomes the figurehead of the anti-registration resistance, and the issue ends with Cap defying S.H.I.E.L.D. and going underground.
And Scott Pilgrim coming in and being like, lower the age of consent. You're like, what? Not. How did you get here?
Yeah, it just goes underground, and now we're recruiting the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, so Gideon is the villain of this story?
And they split into their factions almost immediately.
Yeah.
Tony and Cap immediately butt heads.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, which is crazy because we were saying like you would think Captain America would be on the other side.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
that's what S.H.I.E.L.D. thought, too.
Yeah.
right, yeah, they
Yeah.
kind of. I think that's the best.
Like America's in your name. You don't want to work for the American government?
Yeah, and
Which makes
the
sense.
answer is no. Like Cap is always he would always choose this side, and I also love I don't know who wrote this. I don't know who.
Mark Millar.
Mark Millar.
And,
What else
Steve
did he
McNiven.
write?
Mark Millar's written some good stuff. He,
I
Old Man
just felt
Logan,
it.
Old Man Logan. Oh, that's right.
Ultimates,
Oh, wow.
Red Sun,
Superman.
Kingsman.
Yeah. Oh, he wrote the
He wrote
Kingsman.
Kick-Ass.
Whoa.
Dude,
That's why this is so great.
Yeah, Mark Millar is a fucking legend.
Yeah.
We just got
And
scooped.
who's the art by?
Steve McNiven, so same guy who did Old Man Logan.
I was just
Well,
gonna ask
okay.
if that was the same dude because
Same
the
dude.
art in this was like similar.
The art in this is very jarring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to sound like Harry Styles, but
Jart.
one of the best parts about the jart, it's jarting. That's a
I was
slate
hoping-
word.
I was hoping that you would just keep going.
No,
and
I'm
not-
listening more and more now
Yeah.
after we've been told that I talk over you.
Yeah, no,
So I listen every word. I don't need
it's-
headphones. I go,
it's-
chart? Would you like to explain that
You
one?
gotta like
Chart,
change
chart.
your hearing like a dog. It's a really high pitch, but it's low.
Do you hear
like
something?
Down here. Yeah.
Not anything important.
I'm just a little gnat.
Yeah.
yeah,
If there's no impressions, I don't care.
yeah.
You're gonna have to sit to do your
My
Smeagol
Billy
impression.
Tim Johnson.
Billy Tim
And your
Johnson.
Ray
Will
Ravenson.
always
You can only hear him live.
elite. He comes out at night.
They only work live. Nighthawk. And by issue 2, where are we at in the fight? What's going on?
So this is when people are choosing
What's
sides.
going on,
What's
man?
so jarring in this art?
Tell me.
So the Superhero Registration Act becomes law. Iron Man and S.H.I.E.L.D. begin rounding up unregistered heroes, leading to clashes with former allies.
S.H.I.E.L.D. being like a middleman for the government.
Yeah, exactly. And Cap's forming an underground resistance, recruiting heroes who oppose the Superhero Registration Act. Hank Pym is a key pro-registration figure. He works with Reed Richards, who's always wrong.
That's the wrong guy.
It's always wrong. Develops technologies to track and subdue the resistance. The heroes in the resistance are the street level guys. So
Yeah.
Luke Cage, Daredevil, Danny Rand, Daredevil,
No one's seen him for weeks and nobody gives a fuck.
Falcon, and I guess Hercules is street level.
Yeah, Hercules, the street level MC, man. Like, Hercules.
What? I should probably know this, but what does SHIELD stand for again?
Strategic Homeland Environmental and something.
Intervention, yeah.
Intervention Labor Division. I don't
And
know.
logistics division,
Yeah.
something. And they change the acronym all the time.
Yeah,
It doesn't really
I just
matter.
remember it from Iron Man.
Yeah.
Or
You would
from,
think it'd be like superhero.
excuse me, his name is Agent. Remember she was calling him
That was
Coulson?
good. That was a good Tony.
That's my tone. Yeah, that's my.
That was
good.
You like
You
that?
got Robert Downs.
Hashtag, I'm going to tell you. First of all, on the side of Civil War, you always want to pick the government side. Look at Lincoln, hole through the head, pop, died in a theater. It's gay. Second of all, I've known Captain America all my life. He's known me half of mine. And now I'm Doom. So, hashtag, look out. Double agent.
That was-
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
This is really good.
Don't ask me about my father or my heroin use. Never happens. I did blackface. Talk about that all
You
day long.
remind me of my father.
That's where it starts.
Yeah.
That's how I got to Tony. It
That
wasn't
was-
started with Heath. It was like,
yeah.
you want to know how I got this part in Iron Man? I had to buy my own insurance, and then around the same time Heath Ledger died, my career spiked back up. I was gone, he was back. And then
I
the
wiped
thing
the
is,
veterinarian.
he cheated me out of an Oscar, but it was okay because I'm still here and he's
Like
gone.
when I saw Heath Ledger in Brokeback Mountain, I spun up too.
There ain't more room in that tent.
You want to know how I fucked Travolta?
I thought he was Gyllenhaal. Not Maggie.
Stars are from a blowjob.
He was mysterious. I mean, Mysterio.
Peter Parker beat me in a fight. His address is 342 West 42nd Street, 17, Queens, New York. Get his ass, America. That's how Mysterio dealt with it.
Yeah, right.
Far from home.
Yeah, I'm sorry a teenager stopped me from murdering a lot of people.
Get him. Dox him. That's my contingency plan. Dox his ass. Issue 2.
Okay, so these are the heroes on Cap's side. They're choosing to resist the registration. The tension between
Yes.
the two sides are escalating. But the big question is, what is Spider-Man going to do? Because he's the biggest hero that hasn't chosen a side.
Yes.
It culminates with Spider-Man publicly unmasking and revealing his identity as Peter Parker in support of the registration. Because at this time, like in other issues, Peter has formed kind of like... Tony's become like a mentor to him. He's giving him another suit.
Right.
So like he was going to be swayed by Tony. But this was such a shocking moment.
Yeah.
And what's amazing from this is you see it all from Jonah's perspective.
And he passes out.
He
I remember
passes
that
out.
more. So and like also one of the.
passing now.
I'm passing out right now.
Spider came out.
I've been employing that guy. I've been paying for pictures.
Like I'm coming out. I want the world to know.
We know.
Gotta let it show.
Come out of the closet, Mr. Travolta.
We're here for you.
That was when secret identities used to mean something. Like, they used to be a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, and nobody more closely guarded theirs than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And so
This town's secret identities used to mean something. What do you believe in?
What do you believe in? Huh? What do you believe in?
What do you believe in?
I believe that Heath Ledger should have won the Oscar, even though it was posthumously awarded. It was my big comeback, and I should have won it for Iron Man. stranger.
Can't argue that.
Well done.
You see me as Doom, and then I'll play the Joker. Fuck all of you. Then I'll come back as Iron Man. Be pro or anti that. Either way, bag of money, bag of heroin. Same thing. Will wage more? Depends on what gets you to check quicker. I understood that reference.
You like merely adopted the dog. I was born in it, shaped by it. I didn't hook up with the guy till I was
already a man.
Till I was already a movie star. By then it was too late.
Scientology had everything on me. I couldn't leave.
But I was like, man, it was a very enjoyable experience, actually. I don't identify as queer, but I view sexuality as a spectrum.
Don't ask me if I've ever blown a man, and I'll rip your head off. It's just Tom Hardy.
John, this blowjob is going to be incredibly painful.
For you. For you. Do you feel like a bottom? Nobody cared who I was until they put on the mask. Theatricality and deception.
A powerful agents if you're a power bottom.
If you are the uninitiated. But we are initiated, aren't we, Bruce?
Bruce. Flamboyant.
Mrs. Wayne.
Finally.
Fuck, I've been dropping hints like crazy. Yes. I'm in charge here. Where's Spain? Have you ever noticed I'm not in charge of Wayne's company? How exactly does that put me next to fucking Bruce Wayne?
You think because you pay me money.
I paid you a small fortune.
That gives you power over me.
It gives me power bottom over you.
Power. I'm gonna power bottom right now.
I don't feel in charge anymore. Something tells me I should have made a deal with this guy. I'm in a bed of ape. Medicine to trouble. Quick, give Talia al Ghul the worst death on screen we've ever seen in a Batman movie ever.
Kill a cage mobile.
He's like the Peter Coffin. Shows a picture of his face. Nick, stop spending money. You're gonna have to make Pig 2.
I'm buying another dinosaur skull.
I'm buying Action Comics again.
Pig 2, this time it's kosher.
I'm gonna wipe my mouth with Action Comics issue 1 original. Stop, Nick!
You know the unbearable weight of massive talent.
So what's the Spider-Man comic where he's the cover is him in the black suit and it's a remake of the first issue where he's swinging an Amazing Fantasy? What's the comic where he's in the black suit?
I think that's from the 80s. Is it?
Someone had me sign a first print this weekend.
It might have been when he comes back and he's wearing the symbiote for the first time from
Yes,
Secret Wars in the 80s. I don't know that for sure. If I'm wrong, I am sorry.
Karma's gonna come for you, my friend.
Someone in Tacoma had me sign a first issue one that's like up there in like the 6 figures of
That's
worth range.
crazy,
And I was
wow.
like, dude, don't. And he was like, I brought 6 different Sharpies because I knew you'd say that. And I was like, I don't want to do this. And he was like, I love your French video.
Wait, what does
like,
what
just
does that
sign
make a
the
difference
paper.
that he brought 6 different Sharpies?
I know.
He's like, I knew you'd say no.
I'm easily swayed by color.
You're gonna sign this in the colors of the rainbow, goddammit.
I love the rainbow.
And that's how we get back on the rails.
Issue number 3?
Issue number 3.
The issue is we can't stay on target.
Yeah, wow.
The pro-registration side intensifies its effort to capture unregistered heroes. The anti-registration forces actually are ambushed by Iron Man's team.
Oh, this is a crazy one.
This is a crazy one. The tensions are continuing.
Oh, sorry.
And that's and Iron Man's team takes out Wiccan and they take out Cloak.
Cloak, yeah.
So they can't teleport away.
Yeah.
But that's when
They do the handshake.
and
You can't practice shaking hands with yourself.
And he did the classic little buzzer prank, but that was electric.
What was the
fantastic
proposition? How do we get there?
proposition.
What was the proposition for you? I'll go away quietly, Tony. You ain't never got to worry about me no more.
Tell anybody about the ass play.
The proposition was kind of like in the movie. It's like, hey, come to our side. We'll make this all kosher. We'll make it all legal. Just
Yeah.
like, give me 5 minutes to talk to you.
Talk to everyone
Yeah.
else.
Like,
And
you
then
got
Cap
5.
knows.
Yeah.
It's just the principle of like, he knows that as soon as you start registering with the government, how long is it before the government's sending you in to do stuff that is not... There's a great line where he's like, superheroes are supposed to be volunteers. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't work then you become the Thunderbolts.
Right, and Cap is right in the long run because who ends up taking over the government in 2 years? Norman Osborn.
Yep, yeah. He goes from mayor to president, right?
Yeah, it's just like he's running everything. It's just like, oh wow, Cap was right. Too bad they kill him at the end of this, but he's not really dead.
Yeah.
He just goes back in time.
I tried reading that because I told you I was going to read the whole event, and I pretty much read all of Civil War. But the only Fallout issues I could read were the Spider-Man ones because it's so good, but there's also so many hard resets they had to do and then not do. Very comic-y.
Yeah. Well, the Spider-Man stuff is so good because it's dealing with it's so good. It's good.
Spider-Boy, make me feel so good. P. Diddy and John Travolta go to their pool party.
I'm not going to make a joke about that one.
Just bring your mates.
He's like,
you know what I mean?
Allegedly.
Hey, look, I ran the government. What happened? I have the Thunderbolts. You got Anti-Venom. He's a great guy. He's like Venom, but he's anti. He loves loud noises and hates chocolate. He's like me. He's like me. He's stupid. He loves Mexicans. Anti-Venom.
But yeah, what's cool about the Spidey stuff is it's really dealing with the fallout of that and the fact that Jonah, this guy who truly saw Peter as a son, is having to grapple with the fact that he's Spider-Man, who's like his greatest enemy. And then there's the post-comic stuff where like Spider-Man's identity is now public.
And they get shot by the Kingpin.
By Kingpin,
and then Spidey like pulls up. He like grabs the suit.
Yeah, he's
like, all right, fucking, I was pulling punches
he beats
before.
the shit out of Fisk, and he's like, I am not some blind lawyer. Okay, I'm actually going to murder you.
I am not Danny Rand. You know it's me. Of course I know it was you. I didn't give a fuck. No one cares. No one wanted to trap your name. We would have had to pay 12 cents to the guy who created Iron Fist. Marvel don't spend that kind of cash no more, kid. I talked to Barzini. I can still keep my iPad and still keep my interest in the Corleone family.
Is that why you slap Peter Parker around in public?
Oh, come on, Tony. That was nothing, you know? I had to straighten out Tom Holland. He was banging Euphoria stars 2 at a time.
Fisk, you're my older brother, and I love you, but never take sides against the family.
Sugar and water.
Wow. That's an old school D'Onofrio. That's Men in Black.
That's
right?
Men in Black.
Civil War 4.
Civil War 4.
This is kind of...
So they split. Cap goes. Deal don't go down.
Yeah. And then they fight.
Fighting continues.
And this is the pivotal fight. So this is Iron Man, Reed, and Hank. They deploy a clone of Thor in battle. And
fucked up.
It's so fucked because
it's
insane.
Agent Lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grease Lightning.
Seriously. Yeah.
It just starts bubbling up inside of him. He's like, whoa,
We're
what?
egging on Travolta to kill some Thor. I wanna suck a dude's big dick.
For what it's worth, we love
I like his hammer.
We love him. We
love
just
him.
want to free you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're saying this directly to you, John. Let me make my case to you, Mr. Travolta. And this goes for Tom Cruise. Whoever the fuck is in that fucking fruit. We shouldn't be mad at Chef for leaving us. We should be mad at that fucking religion for scrambling his brains.
Well done. That's a great episode.
That's one of the best. Yeah, we got Iron Man and Reed. They're working and him.
Yeah. So they have a Thor clone, but this is because it's
Thor clone. What's that? Liam Hemsworth.
So the Thor clone is used, but it's really fucked up in the head. And so Goliath, Bill Foster, that was the Lawrence Fishburne character from Ant-Man and the Wasp, goes, I'm going to take out this Thor clone. But when has Goliath ever been able to beat Thor? Bad idea. Goliath is freaking killed by the Thor clone.
In like 2 seconds,
Yeah.
man. They didn't even give him any airtime.
And what's
They said, "What's he gonna do? Kill me?"
What's he gonna do
Sue
with all
shines
that?
in this moment.
All
Sue's
that
really
money.
great.
Sue's such a legend in this moment where now the heroes like Daredevil and Cage, they're just like, we're screwed. And Sue goes, get out of here, and uses
fuck
the
out.
force field.
At that point, they don't know that Thor's a clone, right?
No.
Or do they?
No,
They think at first that he's Thor, and then they
Yeah.
realize.
And then they're like, "Oh shit, Thor's on their side, and Thor's killing people.
Yeah.
We can't fight that guy. We have to get out of there."
Yeah.
It's really
Like,
like
teleport us, bitch.
yeah, people forget how powerful
That's
Thor
hard.
is. His
Yeah.
entrance in Infinity War is probably the only time Thor was done right.
Dude, that was so
or
cool.
was done his due diligence. Because
Done
Thor
how
is
legendary
Of
he
how
is.
legendary he is,
Yeah.
and Thor was also sort of the main character of Infinity War, which makes it in my opinion, a better movie than Endgame. And Endgame is still great, but like Thor's whole arc is lost, and then he comes down with that hammer, and then you just see the sheer power and what he did. It takes him in 2 seconds to do what Cap and everybody had been taking them an hour to do just to fight off, and Thor's just like boom, 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 and then boom, ancient lightning and this, and they're immediately like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Only time he's done right. The only time.
Hammer time.
Yeah.
What about Ragnarok?
Oh, Ragnarok at the end with the lightning. That was really cool too.
Awesome.
But they make them awesome, and then they just ruin them every single time after that.
Yeah, Love and Thunder. That was something.
That was a movie.
That was a movie. But what's interesting is Bill Foster's killed. Peter, so Sue like has them escape, and Falcon's like, "Thank you, Sue."
She is the coolest.
So cool.
So cool. We have to go now.
And so Sue's obviously no longer Team Registration. She like looks at Reed and she's like, "Don't even fucking talk to me."
No
like,
longer Team Richards either.
And Peter's
It's like, you were always wrong.
Always.
You've only always been wrong.
You've never made me come. Hold on. Wait. What's going on here? So.
What do you mean?
What are you mad at?
It's like Jim Gordon with Batman in Dark Knight Returns. It's like, you've only let me down every time I've ever worked with you.
Every time I've ever called you and shined that signal, you've only let me down. After a certain point, Jim, that's kind of on you.
Those two kids were only you.
You should have called the ambulance. I have a bat accessories. Nothing that could have saved a drowning kid. I have bat shark repellent. Oh, damn, I thought I could have relied on your bats.
What's crazy is Spidey and Hank, though, have a moment in this.
Yeah.
Where Peter's clearly rattled, and Hank is like, "Are you okay?" Peter says to Hank, he goes, "Are you okay, Hank?" And Hank's like, "No, I'm
pretty far from okay."
Yeah, seriously, it's like Marcellus Wallace. He goes, "My best friend was just killed by a Thor clone that I created." But Hank Pym doesn't pivot. But Peter, he still stays with Iron Man.
That's Peter's pivotal moment, and Hank, he's like, "All right, I'm just sticking a little
I'm just
further."
gonna suppress this.
Yeah.
Like, why? That was weird.
And even though
There's nothing wrong with suppressing things.
Deep down.
Five. This was the one where I think is the most like you have to pick a side now.
Yeah. Because this is where Spidey's growing disillusionment with the pro-registration side culminates in his decision to defect to Cap's side. But it doesn't go unnoticed, and he's soon targeted by Iron Man's forces. And Iron Man uses the Thunderbolts, who are villains, to gravely injure Spidey. Spidey, like, he looks like he's on death's door.
He's not gonna make it.
He's not gonna make it.
They were gonna kill him if Punisher didn't step in.
And then the vegan police shows up.
Milk and eggs, bitch. Boom. We don't care about this registration shit. We just know you ain't milk and eggs.
Punisher's got that trigger finger.
He's just boom, boom. Who are the two villains he took out?
One's Jack-o'-lantern, but it's like a random because Jack-o'-lantern, the one
Who is Jack-o'-lantern?
Jack-o'-lantern was like a big Spidey's 80s foe, Jason Massendale, and so he...
It's actually Jason from Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Really pissed off now.
Really so angry.
I can't die.
I won't be Jason, I'll be
But
Jack.
the thing about Jason Massendale is he knows that his identity sucks, so he's the one who actually hires the foreigner to kill Ned Leeds because he hates the Hobgoblin, and so he becomes the new Hobgoblin. So he's the Hobgoblin for a while in the comics.
Wow.
So I don't know who this Jack-o'-lantern is.
Yeah.
And then another character called
one of the pumpkin patch bitches.
and then another character called the Jester. It's just like, what? Why?
Yeah.
They just
He
needed
has a
bodies.
yo-yo.
Exactly.
It's weird.
It's like when you do background work and they're like, all right, just cross in front of Ice Tea.
Can you imagine that's your like weapon as your like at least fucking Gambit's got cards. Like Jester had a yo-yo.
Yeah, he had a yo-yo
like,
that
yo-yo!
he just kept hitting you with.
Like,
Probably didn't even
fuck?
explode. That's just how Spider-Man
No, it literally
shot.
didn't do anything.
These were the red shirts of the Thunderbolts.
Yes, yeah.
It's like getting a wooden gun.
Yeah.
You
And
got
he
it,
shoots
buddy.
wooden bullets. Ow, a splinter. I'm gonna bleed out in 12 years.
Yeah, and
I'ma get
then
a bang.
so Punisher takes Spidey to Cap's side where he starts
Yeah.
healing up, and it ends with you start seeing the superhero prison because Daredevil is captured, and they take the mask off, and it's
He goes, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, it's Danny Rand's dyed his hair red, and so Tony's like, Matt, what are you doing? Join our side. He's like, Danny,
I'm Danny, Judas.
cares
He
about
calls him
me?
Judas. I know. I like that he gives him like one silver piece. He's just
Yeah,
like,
what was that?
It's because I think he's implying that he's Judas, like because Judas. I think you guys should know more about this than me.
Atheist, raised non-denominational.
Something
Judas,
I think
not
I
Jewish.
think Judas got like 36 pieces of silver to betray Jesus. So like, this is like
31.
Danny
So he's
saying
like-
to Tony, like, here's your 36 piece of silver. But also, Danny is also a billionaire, so it's like,
He's like, why are you giving me this poverty change?
yeah, it's like hot meat kettle.
Why are you trying to make it hail?
It's
in
like when
this
Elon
bitch?
and Trump beef. Like, you guys are the same person.
Yeah,
Calm
exactly.
the fuck down.
Like,
Of course
got
I know
you
him.
good.
Of course I know him. He's me.
I'm gonna go to the vending machine.
I haven't gone by the name of someone who pays taxes since before you were born.
This is why we need to take him down.
I just felt it.
We need to go to Candy Mountain, and we need to get my kidney back from those annoying unicorns.
Charlie! Hello!
You have a bad connection. Just let me get my kidney and my horn back.
I'm horny.
I don't care who the Banana King is.
Jeez, I saw they said Banana King.
I like a frozen banana. I mean, how much could a frozen banana really cost?
It's $8. It's a banana, Michael. What could it cost? $8. There's always money in the banana stand.
Potassium is pricey. Mama always said.
Potassium is pressing.
Issue 6.
Is there significance to 42, by the way? I meant to ask
Yes,
you that.
there
Yeah, it's the
is.
meaning of the universe.
It's the everybody
That's
knows
actually
that.
what I thought. Cause that you
Well,
ever read
42 was the number idea out of the 100 that they had.
It
right?
was, but the number 42 in pop culture is famous in the you guys.
That's
ever,
what I mentioned
Hitchhiker's
about.
Got to the Galaxy.
Yes.
Oh,
Where they-
so
that's
it's like
okay.
a double. It's a double
That's the
meaning.
meaning
Well,
of the
that's what I
universe.
was wondering. Like, yeah.
Because it came out on when the movie came
gotta
out at the
phone
same
a
time
friend.
as this
Yeah,
book, right?
I mean, the book had been around forever, but everyone.
The book had been around, but then the movie came out and everyone went to go read the book.
Right.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Which is actually hilarious, where they asked the computer, "What is the meaning of the universe?" And the computer says the number 42.
42.
And they never elaborated.
Yeah,
on
they
that.
never
Figure
elaborated.
that
So I
out.
just didn't know if there was maybe it was a 2006 Zeitgeist thing. I don't know.
I think it was probably like a little nod to like the to Hitchhiker's Guide, but Slater is right. It was number 42, and there are like 100 ideas of like what to do.
42. Isn't that Jackie Robinson's number?
You are not asking the right guy
It
on
is
that
Jackie
one.
Robinson's number 2.
Wow.
Was there a Mark 42 of an Iron Man suit that held
Oh, that
significance?
might. Oh, I think that was the golden.
That was the golden
Iron Man
red one.
3. Yeah.
Right, okay, all right.
There's definitely a
prodigal
right
son,
thread
yeah.
on this
Yes,
number.
thank you. Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure we covered all our bases. Jackie Robinson, Sam Rockwell,
Literally, our bases.
and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Woo,
Our bases.
we're bringing
Ooh.
sports. This is getting
Oh,
wild.
we hit a touchdown.
We scored a basket.
The Wii animation.
There's a
Judge.
There's a meme that I saw on the internet. It was you know the scene in Into the Spider-Verse when Kingpin is like about to kill Spidey,
Yeah,
and he's just like, it's not about the money, Spider-Man. So in the it's 9 seconds. He goes, it's not about the money, Spider-Man. He goes, it's about the Mets. Let's go Mets.
That is very fucking New York.
That's
Is
New York.
New York.
Nets Wilson Fisk murders unaccountable.
City Field, U.S. Open.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Kate Sweat, New York. Did you ever read Civil War 2?
No, you told me about it though. It's like Cap and it's like Iron
Another
Man and
Cap
and Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah, and there's like an Inhuman that could see the future. And Tony Stark is, he's like, we shouldn't trust that, and
Yeah, never trust the bitches that think they can see in the future.
well, like, he ends up being right a lot of the time, but Tony's like, what if
Oh,
he's
this one's a
wrong?
dude?
Yeah. But, like, Captain Marvel sides with the dude, because she's like, we gotta protect him, because Tony's like, weaponize it, or give it to S.H.I.E.L.D. Again. He's such a fucking company
right?
man.
Yeah, he reminds me of like big tech companies.
He is.
I mean, because he is.
He's
But
a
like,
tech bro.
He
But
was
like,
based
he
off
is
Howard
Silicon-
Hughes.
What?
Really?
That's why his dad's name is Howard Stark. Tony Stark was based off Howard Hughes.
Give us a little background.
I think that's it.
Oh, okay.
I think the background is Stanley saw famous figures. He's like, let's make it this guy. And Jack Kirby's
Half
like,
day.
yeah, Jack Kirby's like, all right, I'm gonna illustrate him. He's gonna look amazing.
Half day.
Yeah, Stanley's excellent. I take 80, you take 20.
80-20, half day for Stan.
Could be worse. Could be Bob Kane.
So
Issue 6.
40, yeah, the
So, yeah,
42,
no, 42
is
is
connected
the-
to Rikers, right?
Yeah, so Rikers goes into 42, which is
You didn't
based
think
in the
there would be a
negative zone.
worse place than Rikers, but they
I actually think
managed.
Rikers is probably
Yeah,
worse than I'd rather hang out with the
A lot
nihilists in the
more
negative
rape.
zone than go to Rikers. Yeah, I've seen the night of.
Yeah.
So this is the one where Cap goes, okay, the only way we can beat Tony is if we spring all of our allies from the negative zone. So Frank Castle goes undercover to the Baxter building. He steals the plan for the negative zone. Cap's like, oh, this is pretty cool actually having Frank on our side. And then these two villains show up. They're like, hey, can we join the team?
Pew, pew.
You get 2 invitations to meet the Secretary of Cross.
He doesn't think, he just punishes.
He just punishes. This is
No.
why we say
Dude, how great is
the
that scene,
Punisher
though?
hates cops. I know the best. That whole I was like reading this over Slater's shoulder because I forgot how good it was. From the when he kills the villains to then when the villains show up again and they're like, we're here to offer a hand, and Punisher's like, I'm here to offer you a hand of God. Boom boom. And then Cap's beating the shit out of him and he's like, fight back, and he's like, not against you, Cap. And then it's really the only time it's ever spelled out for you, but when Peter's like, are you kidding? Of course he wouldn't fight back against Captain America. It's probably the same guy that got enlisted in the Vietnam War. Same guy, different war.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that
that's
was
heavy.
And Cap knows Peter's right, but he goes, it's not that. He's just crazy.
Just goes, wrong, that guy's crazy.
I'm going to disregard this as crazy.
Yeah,
Again.
I also love Cap.
You drive me
Crazy.
crazy.
I
I
remember
just
when.
can't breathe. I'm so excited.
I just can't hide it. I'm about to draw Natalie Wood.
Somebody get my
And I
sailboats.
think I like it.
I'm gonna kill again and again, and I like blood. The taste of it.
So, Robert Wagner will take the fall.
Bobby.
Bobby. Yes.
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 What the hell is that guy's name?
Yeah.
Frisking for a gun. What was his name?
Did somebody say
Best-
Frisk?
Congratulations, Mr. Quimby, on the new beautiful baby you and your wife have welcomed. Where the hell is my wife?
$1,000 for leaving town early tax.
But we like the Kennedys and the Simpsons on this pod as well.
Absolutely.
Issue 6.
Issue 6. So after,
Wait, no, we finished 6.
yeah, they get the plans for the Baxter building. They from the
Spidey's
Baxter
fully
building,
switched sides at this time.
Fully switched sides. They go into the negative zone to
Yeah.
confront Iron Man, and this is where it's revealed that Hank Pym had actually been knocked out, and one of the Young Avengers, Hulking, had taken his place. And
Oh, that was a sick
That was
reveal.
cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We almost skipped over that. What the F?
The double agent.
the double agent.
Yeah.
Double agent.
Yeah, it was a
Double cross, double cross.
Double cross. Jumpman
Yeah, that
is
was
cool.
wild.
Hurting my head.
And
so
Malaro.
Bizarro.
Malaro. It's in my head, Malaro.
It's in my head. We need to get these fucking heroes out of the Baxter building.
And how do they do that?
Fucking moron, Tony Stark. How could you possibly side with these villains, you fucking imbecile?
Is this when Sue writes her letter and we see the Namor stuff too?
I think that was, yeah.
Because that's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that was in 5. It was one of the
Oh, yeah. We
Yeah.
talked about it.
Yeah.
She's like, you never made me come read. And
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
Namor's like, I could feel your pussy throb under the water.
Yeah, he's like, it's wet, not because we're in the ocean.
I immediately went to the heart rate. I like where you guys.
Well, like the heart, home is where the pussy is.
I'm like drowning here in like the wrong juices. But I just like that. I like that Sue is talking to Namor, and she's like, "Your oldest friend needs you," because Namor and Cap were
Go way
allies
back.
going back to the
Yeah.
40s and
Yeah.
the Invaders. Before Marvel was even called Marvel, they were Timely Comics.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Invaders, the original team, it was Cap, because he was created by Kirby and Simon. It was Namor, and it was the original Human Torch. Not Johnny, but the android.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I thought they were just harping on the fact that Cap went in the ice and Namor had known him for 40 years and going that storyline. I didn't
Yeah.
even know. So it's kind of like a
So
nod
it
even
was
to that.
it was a double rejection.
Yeah.
Right?
Double nod, double rejection.
Yeah, double cross.
And Namor's kind of right too. He's like, maybe he should think twice about taking advantage of our unique relationship. I wouldn't
Seriously.
trust a guy like that. Like, and
And it's just like,
Neighbor
what
makes a good point.
relationship?
Emma Frost makes a good point. Sorry, what was that?
No, nothing. And she was like, what relationship? And that's when he's like, I could hear your pussy underwater.
Yeah, yeah. And what was Emma Frost's point to Tony when he pleads to her? And he's like, "Don't you want the X-Men on her side?" What did he say?
She's like, "Where were you when Genosha was destroyed?"
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
right.
Which we talked about in X-97.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah.
True believers.
True believers. I was blue for a week.
Our tub has never been the same.
It's never been. Yeah.
A bunch of Smurfs died in there. It's not good.
Yeah.
Civil War. So number 7.
Is this the finale?
This is the finale. Yeah. So this is the final battle taking place. And there's a dude, like, the scenes where Peter is fighting Reed are just so epic.
I know.
Yeah, because Reed, I like to see Reed get his ass beat.
Yeah, because he's always wrong.
At
Yeah,
this point, you do
I'm gonna
it, yeah.
smack the wrong off of you.
And you know, Reed is going to be Pedro.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Papa Pascal.
I know it's a bittersweet thing because I want to see Pedro,
I would love to see Pedro
but
as Namor
Reed
instead.
Richards as a character I can't get.
Yeah.
Well, he's in it for the long haul.
Yeah. If only he was playing Captain Levi.
Maybe I'll totally change my. Like who?
If only Pedro was playing Captain Levi.
Oh my God! Don't even say that. Those merged worlds. Woo! I think I would implode.
It should just be invisible.
Yeah.
It should be like the Giving Tree on this pod. Just nothing and just a voice.
Call me Shell.
Yeah. Have you ever looked at his other stuff, Shel Silverstein? That dude was tormented.
Was he?
He's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, he knows where the sidewalk ends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's where he is where the sidewalk ends.
I wasn't even
And
thinking
falling
that,
up,
like,
that was also him, right?
Falling
Yeah.
up, that was him,
Yeah.
but like
I
his
haven't thought of
folk
it.
stuff and like
Yeah.
his out, he like did a lot of like weird pornographic stuff that was
And
crazy.
like Shell. Who's named
Shell.
Shell? What's that
Shell.
short for?
Shel, Shell.
Yeah, just
Shelverine.
Everyone's going after Dr. Seuss.
He's an evil
No one's
turtle.
going after Shel Silverstein.
I'm slow,
He's
but
an
I always
evil
win the
turtle.
race.
I'm sure Shel Silverstein's like a 4th or 5th cousin.
Yeah, probably. So the final battle.
The final battle. So this takes place in New York. That's
Always.
Yeah,
New York.
of course. The scene where Peter is fighting Reed though, and he's just like beating up all these guys, and then he gets to Reed, and Reed goes amazing, and Peter goes spectacular.
Yeah, and he goes, no, fantastic.
But yeah. So this is the fight's going on.
Yeah, but yeah, the Civil War was devastating to New Yorkers.
It was.
Well,
Never forget.
Cap is winning actually. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, fuck off, Brett. Fuck off and talk.
So sorry for summarizing a comic on a comic podcast.
You know what? I write all these summaries before, and Brent just reads them off his laptop. You know, and I get
how
no
we
credit.
do.
That's
it's
right.
it's in the contract, and you know what? I'm speaking out.
The
I'm
contract
gonna let
no
the
one
people know.
signed.
Yeah.
So Cap realizes the damage being done to the city because Cap is beating Iron Man at this point, but he sees all these civilians around him. The buildings are destroyed. They're yelling at Cap. They're like, "What are you doing? You're not saving us. You're not helping anything." And Cap is like, "Fuck, he's right. Like, someone's got to be the bigger man. It's clearly not going to be Tony.
And it's not going to be Goliath.
It's not going to be.
He did.
He
Yeah, but he was the bigger man. He was the biggest man.
You got to give Marvel Publishing real credit there. They really picked a major character to kill off.
Dude, literally.
Let's kill off Goliath and let's kill off Marvel, the Kree Warrior. We've really done a good job of killing off our main characters.
At least in Secret Invasion, like the first issue, Hank Pym dies, I think, at the end of the first one, right?
Yeah, and then he comes back.
They always come back.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
don't believe any death.
Marvel sucks.
At least in DC, they had Barry Allen dead for like 25 years and replaced him with a better Flash.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Wally West was the better Flash, and I'm tired of Barry Allen. You know
Barry
what I mean?
Allen sucks.
I'm tired of this Grandpa, but that's too damn bad. Barry Allen again.
So the war ends with the pro-registration side victorious. Cap ends up going to prison.
He surrenders. Because there's just too many casualties.
He's
at
like,
the point.
there's too
Well,
many
that was good,
casualties.
and then they're all like, "What, Cap? You're going?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's an order."
Stand down, that's an order, yeah. It's sort of like someone, if a militia in Montana who like holds onto their guns to fight back against the government, if one of them had the balls to realize, oh, we're fighting against the government, they're going to win every time. Like, Cap realizes that before too many more die.
Yeah, it's like in Thrones where like Jon Snow's like, hey, if we take out Mance Rayder, the
Yes.
wildlings are they're going to be no more because they need a leader, and the Avengers are nothing. The underground Avengers are nothing without Cap. And so, like, Cap's just like, stand down, I'm going to be the bigger man. And so Cap ends up going to prison, and then after Civil War is killed, but comes back to life because comics. Tony's made the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. Sue reconciles.
That's 43.
43, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I
Clean up S.H.I.E.L.D.
And what does he do when he becomes out of S.H.I.E.L.D.? He makes Maria Hill get him a coffee.
Yeah.
God.
Then wait, what? Oh, fuck. At one point.
That's a cleanup to me.
What?
Women back in their place.
Yeah, no, I know. But I was gonna say at some point in this, when fucking the one girl goes up to Mr. Jameson and he's like, "If you even offer me a sandwich right now, I swear you're fired."
Yeah, Glory Grant.
Yeah.
Yeah, she always gets the backhand misogyny.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, and
Glory, hallelujah.
Luke Cage becomes the leader of the underground Secret Avengers,
which makes sense.
Yeah, and Spidey puts on a black costume. Which
is it the symbiote or is it the cloth one?
It's just the cloth one.
I think it's
the And also, these Secret Avengers are being financed by Danny Rand, who again gets no credit.
And he signs
it's
the
like
checks.
April.
Signs Matt Murdock. It's Danny Rand, and no one gives a fuck.
Immortal Iron Fist is legitimately like a top 5 comic book run for me, but I love shitting on Danny Rand.
I know, and I can't wait to get to Immortal Iron Fist. So you could change my mind on that because it's. I didn't even, it's so funny to me. I didn't even realize that this wasn't Matt Murdock.
Yeah,
I was like kind of like Matt was cool in this. He has some really cool art moments. My favorite moment in this was
even when he's doing that, you still don't think it's him.
You don't think? Yeah.
Slater, you're kind of like Danny Rand.
I'm like, all right, fine. I was there. I was there the whole time. They're like, oh, okay, Slater, nice to see you.
And we don't care. I never did. That's the real twist.
That's a Slater rant right there.
That's a Slater rant.
Yeah.
And it just ends with Tony. Is there any consequential fallout with Tony that I can think about? He's had a shield. The biggest one, like you said, was Spider-Man. What happens with Spider-Man?
It's more just the the biggest one is Spidey. After this, he's part of the Secret Avengers. His secret identity is well known. Fisk ends up,
which they call out in this. Someone says to him, "Yeah, Spider-Man, you feel better knowing that Scorpion's got Mary Jane's home address."
Yeah, exactly.
And they sort of foretell everything that happens with Fisk.
Yeah.
And Scorpion is in this book. Actually, he's the one wearing the Venom suit.
He's anti-Venom, right?
No,
he's wearing Venom.
So yeah, the one wearing the Venom suit is Matt Gargan, not Eddie
Yes,
Brock.
right.
Yeah.
He's in the Thunderbolts.
In the Thunderbolts, yeah.
Anti-Venom.
Did they have like a Thunderbolts thing? Like its own. Were you
Didn't I just explain
before?
Thunderbolts earlier?
Yeah. No, that's why I was
feel like
okay.
David Duchovny and Zoolander. I'm like, but
know
why
what?
male models?
Sometimes I don't hear what you say, Brent. So now we're fucking even Stevens.
There's a word for that. It's called not listening.
Yeah, exactly. You should try it sometime.
Did you hear something?
He does it all the time.
I'm gonna give you hearing aids, both of you, for Christmas.
I think someone's at the door. It might be more packages.
Oh, now you hear that? You hear made up shit, but not real things.
I
From
can
this
if I
mouthful.
look at it, I
But
can't.
why
hear it.
male models? Are you kidding me? I just explained. Thunderbolts are going to be a big movie coming out, which honestly I'm not that excited for.
Because it's not villains.
No,
right?
yeah. How do you do Thunderbolts without Zemo?
It's Yelena and
Bucky.
Yelena.
Bucky.
Yeah.
Yelena Baklanova, or what's her last name?
Yeah,
something Russian. That's Florence Pugh. She's Black Widow's little sister.
Oh, love her.
She's
Florence
so
Pugh.
good. She's great.
Dude, also
She's
Sebastian
amazing.
Stan is pretty great
Sebastian
too.
Stan is amazing too. I love him. Like those two, and plus with Stephen Yeun, I was like, this is gonna work.
Do you know what movie Sebastian Stan was great in? I, Tonya.
Yes.
Oh, so good.
So good
Oh,
in
we
that.
just
We watched that
recently.
here in LA.
Yeah.
Goodfellas on Ice.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking watching this. I'm like, this is just Goodfellas on Ice.
Oh my god, that's exactly what it is. From when they're beating it up to the different perspectives and the narration.
yeah, and everyone's
Wow.
own fucking view on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carly.
Wait, actually, this.
No.
Why was it called I, Tanya? Oh, I, Tanya.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just got it.
Yeah.
Wrong
The whole
hand.
trial.
I
you know,
fucked up.
The huge thing that was in the news.
Do we have any conclusatory thoughts, Civil War wise?
This was awesome. I think, it basically fractured the hero community. This allowed Norman Osborn to take charge during Dark Reign. It's a great story. This is a great arc.
I concur.
Yeah, it's really good. And you said there's a Civil War too?
There's a Civil War 2, which is worth the read.
It's good?
Yeah, it's good. I think it would be. I love debate books like this that make you. It's sort of. This is the right way to subvert expectations, and also, it's nice to have everybody be a part of something in a conglomeration like this, and not be used just to sell a toy. Like everyone's part. Even the 2 seconds Wolverine has in this are meaningful to drive the story forward. Having Doctor Strange being the North Pole and him talk with the Watcher, and then them being like, every time we see the Watcher, that's not good.
Yeah,
And how that can, and like even Ben Urich has an issue in the complete event where he's talking about. We were talking about this a couple episodes ago, where he was that book where it was through the eyes of somebody who was reacting.
The Marvels, yeah.
Yeah, he has an issue in this where he's talking to another journalist, and it's just sort of like through the eyes of this reporter. How are humans who aren't involved in this? The thing that we're supposed... I'm a reporter.
There should be an indictment of Ben Urich too, who's supposed to be the greatest reporter in the world. And how did they not figure out that he's Peter Parker? This is like Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
I like it because there are so many superheroes in this and villains, and everybody like gets a panel. You know?
Everyone gets a panel.
Yeah.
Thanks,
That's
Spider-Man.
nice. We should take a page from that comic book.
Anyway.
Including She-Hulk's ass. Did you guys see that panel where Steve McNiven just draws like She-Hulk's ass in the middle of a fight scene?
No, I
There
saw
was
the
a lot of ass.
Yeah.
Emma Frost ass.
a rib-
Frost ass,
a
too.
rib-
That's some good ass later
Yeah,
on the fucking car.
You love what you do. You've never worked a day in your life.
80-20.
I'm just trying, but
You want to see Jack Kirby in all cameo in all the MCU movies? What did you think of this book, Slater?
I thought it was great. It was an easy read. As I was telling you before, like with 7 issues, I was like, oh shit, like this is gonna be deep. But it was a quick page turner, and I liked the recaps before. I felt like I was like Netflix binging, you know? It's like,
Oh, yeah.
and then this is blah 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 blah, and they recap everything, get in there, stay in the zone. It was nice.
The AutoZone.
I know. I
Negative
was gonna
zone,
say that
yeah.
too. I was like, our next sponsor.
Get in the zone, negative zone.
Yeah.
What did you think of as an artist? What did you think of the artwork?
I thought it was great. Just and I didn't realize it was the same as Old Man Logan.
Yeah, same.
Which is cool.
That's probably why it was so jarting.
Yeah. It's Old Man Logan without the incest.
We're gonna make Jark
Without the
happen.
incels and not as much murder, but when there is murder, it's bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when
And the
there,
violence
when
is-
there is murder, people die.
Yeah, the violence is very, very detailed, and you feel like you just got your shit wrecked. Like when you're talking about Spider-Man, you're like, he looks like he's about to die. Because he was.
Yeah.
When Hercules kills the Thor clone.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's when he
sad.
picks up the whole... How does he kill him? He throws something at him
Does
and
he pick
blow
up the hammer, or I forgot exactly what he does.
I just remember an explosion, or maybe I'm misremembering that, because even by this, I was like, this is third act CGI
I think he
fight
takes
scene.
his Mjolnir and then hits him over, but I don't know. I'm sure I'm wrong about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I
you're
don't know.
not.
I don't know.
It's rare you
We'll
are.
find out, I'm sure.
Yeah, the nerds will let you know.
Yeah,
I
they'll
know.
come out. They'll be like, actually.
But it was...
They're like, actually, it was. I'm like, I know it was Alan Scott in Kingdom Come. I was wrong.
and it
play
was
whack-a-mole.
Danny Rand in Civil War.
Yes.
And John Travolta in every episode from now on. But
Yeah.
this was the first book I read as a kid where it was like Long Halloween was the first one I read cover to cover. This was the first like issue to issue one, and I remember when Spider-Man took off his mask and reading that going to 5th grade in like 2006, because I used to read. I think they were monthlies. If they weren't monthlies, they were like every 3 months. You
Something
get
like
these
that.
ones because they would do big issue, then everything in the universe was connected to Civil War. So you'd have all this shit come out that you didn't really care about. Yeah. Fantastic Four stuff was pretty good. X-Men stuff was pretty good. Spider-Man was the best.
Yeah.
It was
Amazing.
Fantastic? Oh.
Spectacular.
it was fan-forstic.
Oh, yeah, I was just trying to bring back Brent's amazing joke that happened.
The one?
What? Yeah, exactly. The 7, I know.
She got you!
Yeah, totally.
That was fun to watch that play out. Brent just taking
well, because
it
I
and
have these
Slater
thoughts,
winning.
and then you guys, and then I lose the thought.
I know, I'm sorry.
When there's 7 issues like that, when they do come out, do they all come out at once, or they slowly...
No, they
David Duchovny.
yeah, right. We literally just explain this.
Did you seriously?
Yeah, he said it came out
my
month to
God.
month.
Guys, I'm like not well. I'm concussed, okay? I ran into a fucking street sign this weekend.
really?
So hard.
Oh, yeah,
and I
she did get
literally,
a shit wrecked.
honestly, it's made me a little dumb.
Oh, I didn't know. We were
right.
a little, but
Brett was like, shit, the sign was supposed to correct her fucking dumbness.
I want to say
You
the
put
real
that
Civil
there.
War in this pod
You
was...
put the fucking sign there,
Are
you
you
bitch.
actually? Are you okay? That's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, you know what? I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fucking fine.
Fine enough for us to keep shitting on
Yeah,
her.
Yes.
yeah. I'm just,
Just folded the shit behind you.
I didn't hear. Yeah, yeah.
All right, this episode has gone nuclear.
No, well, I had 2 other points. But
Make the point.
It's just because when I was talking to you about this earlier, it's crazy how like they're trying to solve violence with violence, and it's just a weird echo chamber of war in general.
Right.
And like, yeah, whatever. That was my point, but I've lost it now. And
No,
I
that
just
was a
don't
good
give
point.
That
fuck
was a good
anymore.
point. Yeah, no, hate begets more hate, and that's why Cap makes the decision that he makes. He goes, someone has to stop. Like, the violence will only continue if we keep fighting.
It's also something Iron Man is incapable of seeing at this point because we haven't gotten the MCU. Tony reverses everything because he sees what his weapons are in a cave. He just thinks that the answer to this is more weapons and more government oversight. And he thinks he is the answer. Evidenced by him being like, 42, that was the solution to get rid of the supervillains. 43, I alone will clean up S.H.I.E.L.D. with Hank Pym. I can do it. They can't do it. I can fix S.H.I.E.L.D. There's a lot of problems, a lot of cracks here. I see a crack there, clocking 40 more. Driver says 12 in the chamber.
I would take this man down, but I'm stuck on Candy Mountain. With these stupid unicorns.
I feel grateful that we got this one off the list because it's a great book and one of my favorites and one that everyone was clamoring for.
Absolutely.
Thank you, true believers.